Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's Daily Free Winner Show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Guys, we have a great show today. It's the second week of the new year. Guys, I want you to know I couldn't start off this week with any better of a panel. Let me bring them on. Let me go around the belt and do some individuals. Jesse Schule is with us, Tokyo Brandon, Moneyline Matt, and Don Buster. Let me talk to my good friend, the Iceman. Jesse, how are you this Monday morning?
Doing great, Joe. It's great to be back, safe and sound at home.
Good. I'm glad to have you back safe and sound. You know, letting you loose in a strange city in Southeast Asia is like a new Godzilla movie. You never know what's going to happen. So I'm very happy you are home safe and sound, sir. My good friend, Tokyo Brandon, how are you, buddy?
What's up? How's it going? Still this new year, and it's going pretty good. Good
stuff. Moneyline Matt, still sporting those Detroit Tigers hats that he gets for half price in the offseason. Matt, how are you today, buddy?
Hey, good. It didn't work out for the Lions exactly how we hoped, getting a playoff bid, but they went in and beat the Green Bay Packers last night. That was pretty exciting. Ready to break everything down with this great panel on this fine Monday, and ready to get into it.
Great stuff. I got to tell you, of all the stuff yesterday that went out on social media and all the memes and the fun stuff, I think Aaron Rodgers took the brunt of it the worst. So, but then again, deservedly so. I'm not even going to argue that. My dear friend, one of the sweetest guys in the world, Don Buster, how are you today, buddy?
I'm very good, Joe. Just glad to be here with this great panel. Haven't been on Monday too often. I usually come on Wednesday, but you were kind enough to let me come on Monday this week because I'm heading with my lovely wife to Puerto Vallarta to see some friends for the week on Wednesday. So I appreciate you letting me come on and be on with this great panel. I'm very interested to hear what these guys have so I can write them down and bet on myself.
It is a true honor to have you with us, Don Buster. And by the way, got a dear friend that lives in Puerto Vallarta, kind of like the unofficial mayor down there. Let me just put it that way. You know me, I know as many criminals as I know people on the other side of the law. And the criminals are more honest than the politicians, I'll tell you that. But got a good friend down there. Very excited, guys. You know how I normally start every show saying good morning to my lovely wife. She is not with us today. We had a small slate. So the first lady's taking a personal day. Apparently the kids still got it. I wore her out this weekend. That's all I'm going to say. Actually, I'm the boss. I let her have a day off. We all know that she's the boss. You know what? There was a small slate, college basketball, pro basketball, no Monday night football for the first time in months. And, I just said, you know what? Take the day off, go take care of the dogs and leave it to us boys so we could, curse and drink and talk about AVN this weekend like in a way that we could not. Having said all that, guys, she will be back tomorrow. We miss her. Couple of quickies. You know how like a morning quickie, especially on Monday. Dionne and I attended AVN. Now, Dionne and I are not it's not like we're one of those weird couples who you push like a bookcase and a whole room opens up and with 50,000 dirty movies. No. We went to AVN the first time maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I have a lot of friends in the industry. I live in Vegas. A lot of the people from there do a lot of their parties, their get-togethers, or party in Vegas. I know everybody, so we got to know a lot of the people in the adult film industry. Having said that, not like we're pervs. I could say that I'm not a perv. Anyway, no. But we got to know some of these people, and they are the nicest people. Some of them are some of the nicest people you could ever meet. Throw out those stereotypes. Whatever somebody does for a living, I don't hold against them, especially if they're doing it on their own free will. So some of these people are the nicest people. We met some of our favorite people. Katie Morgan, sweetest girl ever. Her boyfriend, Evan Stone, you never know what to expect from him. Evan took my phone, ran around the whole convention floor, was taking pictures. I don't even want to tell you, I got one of his butt, I think. Met some great people. Asa Akira, one of the classiest ladies we know, Alex Links. Michelle Ryan, big sports fan. She was on my CBS Sports radio show a few times. Big New York Giants fan. We met everybody. We hung out with everybody. We had a lot of fun. Ran into some old friends and some new friends we made. But, guys, we had a lot of fun this weekend. AVN is a lot of fun, period. And nobody does AVN like Vegas can do, and that's why we've held it here since the 80s. Having said that, I am very excited and I'm honored that Dionne and I made history again this morning. We're the first couple in the history of this business. We are the first couple to ever participate and contribute in the Las Vegas Review Journal college football title game handicappers poll. So never in the history of this business has there been a husband and wife contribute to a poll who they think is going to win a title or a championship game. We are both in it. Go to the LVRJ Sports. I want to thank David Schoen. I want to thank my good buddy Todd Dewey and the Las Vegas Review-Journal. By the way, she did a Sunday analysis this year, and every single person said it was the single best analysis written out of the 18 weeks, and that was amazing. So pick up a Las Vegas Review-Journal. Having said all that, guys, no more fluff, but we have a couple discounts. Let me tell you about that. Then there is something I do want to talk about. First of all, today is Monday, as you know, $9 Mondays at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. Guys, go over to Sports Memo. Go over to Wager Talk after the show. All your favorite cappers have games up, big games too, for just $9. Also, I believe today is the last day to take advantage of this. I believe midnight tonight, this carriage turns into a pumpkin. Ring in the 2023. Get up to 84 days free. 23% more on any all sports, all access pass of 30 days or longer. Head on over to sportsmemo.com or wagertalk.com after the show for more info. That is huge. Having said that, guys, the lines came out. I'm going to put them up for the wild card games. Now, I am excited that we got wild card games Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I want to run through the lines real quick. I want to go to each one of our contributors today. If there's something they would like to talk about, a specific game, a specific line, a situation, or not talk about anything, that's fine. But Seattle at San Francisco, Saturday is the early game, roughly 1:30, 1:35 p.m. Pacific time, 4:30, 4:35 p.m. Eastern. The Niners are currently 10.42.5. I can tell you this. Most of the money's coming in on San Fran already. Also that day, the latter game, 5:15 or 5:20 Pacific, 8:15, 8:20 Eastern. The Chargers are at Jacksonville. LA is 1.5, 47.5. I'm going to tell you right now, I spoke to two people this morning that were surprised as heck that the Chargers would, that the Chargers would be a favorite in that matchup. I want to ask Moneyline Matt about that later. So there's the dogs. See, they're excited about that game too. The Sunday wild cards, we got 3.
Dogs are barking.
Early, medium, and late. Yeah, they're always barking. Early, medium.
The underdogs.
Miami at Buffalo. The Bills, money coming on the Bills already, 11-44. The early afternoon game, Giants at Minnesota. The Vikings, 347.5. And the evening game, Baltimore at Cincinnati. How about that for a remake, huh? The Bengals, 6.5, 43.5. Money's coming in on Cincy already. People expect that game to go to 7. I talked to a couple. And then the Monday night game, Dallas at Tampa Bay, guys. The Cowboys are 3-45. I'm going to tell you what I expect. Let's face it, neither Tampa Bay or Dallas looked pretty good the other day. I think you're going to see money coming in on both sides early on that game because of their performances this past weekend. So let me go around the horn real quick. Jesse Schule, any questions, comments, any concerns? Any game that really stands out to you on this? Take it away.
I'm surprised that so many people would be so comfortable laying a double-digit spread with the 49ers in a divisional game against a Seahawks team that, let's face it, there's been a lot of money lost fading the Seahawks this year. Geno Smith broke the all-time passing record for Seattle this year, and I don't know. I mean, I might be on Seattle in that one.
There you go. I will say, I'm surprised also that there's money already coming in on the Bills. I know these Bills people and Bills Nation, all this. 11 points is a lot of points in a game like this. Let's go over to Tokyo Brandon. He wants to chime in. Tokyo Brandon, what you got to say about this situation this week?
Bills should be 14.5-point favorites in this game. The Dolphins made the playoffs because of the first half of the season. Tua was on fire and they were thrown all over and they were doing all their damage. Look at the Dolphins the last 8 games. They're awful. And there's no Tua. I think there's no Tua. Yeah, I mean, the Bills should easily win this game by 2 touchdowns. I'm surprised to see that number that low. I'm the opposite of you, Joe.
That's all right. Opposites in this business are great. I will tell you, I'm going to say, I said it all season, I'll say it again. I am not in love with Josh Allen. I still think he makes bad decisions. I think that his receivers, on at least 2 major long passes yesterday, his receivers made the play. He just tossed that ball up.
I agree.
And it's not the fact that he has so much faith in his receivers. That guy's as dumb as a bag of hair. I'm going to tell you right now. He's just surrounded by a good situation. He has athletic ability. I don't give a piss off people in Buffalo.
The team is good, though.
What's that?
The team is good, though.
The team is a good team. I want to go to Moneyline Matt. Moneyline Matt, questions, concerns, games, situations here with these lines already looking looking like some things are moving around.
Yeah, with the Miami Buffalo game, I think that can change a little bit as well due to the quarterback situation because like currently Tua is still in concussion protocol. Teddy Bridgewater, I believe, still has something going on with his hand. So he might not suit up either. So if those two miss, it's going to be Skylar Thompson. So this Cowboys line could even move a little bit more. But for me, I definitely am looking at the Bengals. I like that Bengals line as well. And I actually have confidence in the Minnesota Vikings in this spot against the New York Giants. I think that -3 is a number that I would get down with. And I definitely don't want to let it get to the hook. And I think that would be a line that majority of the people would like as well with the Vikings. So I could see it moving on top of that. But from an early look, that's kind of what I like. I might be on Seattle as well with the +10 divisional matchup. You know, I think they can keep that within a double-digit score. But other than that, yeah, I'm looking at the Bengals. I'm looking at the Vikings. And, yeah, I might be on that Bills one. Not sure yet. But that Dallas and Tampa Bay game is probably one I'm going to fade.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that Dallas-Tampa Bay, you don't know what Dallas team is going to show up. I mean, you know, the last few months, Tampa Bay has been very par for the course. They've done what we've expected them to do, so to speak. But this Dallas team, they're so Jekyll and Hyde. At times they look
so bad.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you something? I was never a big Dak Prescott fan. There's talent
He's
on there.
terrible.
They're
He's not an NFL quarterback.
He's horrible. And I've got to tell you, while Mark McCarthy has got Super Bowl rings, I think his time has come and gone. I think he makes almost as bad in-game decisions as any coach in this league. And there's about 6 or 7 coaches in this league that should be bagging groceries at your local grocery store. I'll tell you that. I want to go to my good friend.
Dak should be bagging groceries.
Who's that?
Dak should be bagging.
Oh my God,
He's
horrible. He's just horrible. He's horrible.
Do you guys remember when he wouldn't accept a $100 million contract because he was holding out to be the highest paid player ever? And they were going to give him a huge bag of money, and he's like, "No, I'm not signing that. I deserve more."
Yeah.
Now they're going to give him a bag of poop. Let me go to my good friend Don Buster. Don Buster, anything that stands out to you, or anything that you'd like us to talk about in the lines that already came out?
Yeah, you just put those up there, Joe. But I will talk about what Brandon and what Matt said. When I see 11, it'll all depend on the quarterback. Brandon was saying he's right. I mean, Miami's been terrible. Without Tua, basically. So it'll all depend. He's been concussion protocol now for like 2 weeks, maybe even 3. So if he's playing, you'll see a different line if you ask me, because then there's a chance. But if him or Bridgewater's not playing, then I mean Buffalo maybe wins that thing like 34-3 or something, because I don't see that Miami offense is just terrible right now without Tua. That's for sure. And the other game I might look at, I just real quickly, because like I say, Joe, you just throw these up at me, and I have a way of doing things. I look at NFL as like late Monday night. I do my hockey. I do my college basketball. So I didn't even bother. I knew the lines were out. I didn't even bother looking at them. But just quickly looking, I like that Minnesota and Giants game over 47.5. You got that fast track. Minnie's going to put up some points because that's what they do. And the Giants going against that 32nd, I believe, worst defense in the NFL. They'll score as well. So that when I see 47.5, just quickly, I would have thought it was going to be 48.5. So those are a couple things, I guess.
Great stuff. I will say I'm excited that a couple of these teams are teams I put in to actually go to the Super Bowl and win early season. I'm not a guy that likes to put tie my money up long term unless I get some value on it. But having said that, I'd like to chime in real quick about this. First of all, 2 things. It is Monday morning. Very, very premature to pull a trigger on anything, in my opinion, because these teams, all of them played yesterday for the most part. 4 teams played on Saturday. Having said that, guys, I want you to know we don't know the final injury reports. We do not know, and that will affect these lines. And we could speculate on them, and that will move the lines, but we won't know for another day or 2 what's really going to happen. Having said that, I just want to throw this out there, guys. I don't care how many wins you get in a regular season, pro football, college football, pro basketball, college basketball, baseball, or NHL. It doesn't matter. You go to the postseason, it's an entirely different monster. There are fun players and there are money players. Every year we see teams that can make it to the postseason and then they poop the bed. They're out in the first round. They're out in the second round. I'm going to tell you right now, do your due diligence. Everybody loves this Josh Allen, and everybody loves this Buffalo team. I get it. Buffalo has very little to be excited about. Let's face it. any more north, you're in Canada. I don't want to get into it about Canada, Jesse. I know you. I love you. But people from Buffalo, I'm a New Yorker. Where? I'm from Buffalo. You're 19 hours north of friggin' New York City. You're not a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker. Don't say that. That's like people from like Bayonne saying they're from New York. They're not. They're from New Jersey. All respect to New Jersey. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. There's very little to get excited about up in Buffalo. All right? Except for the fact, no, there really is. And so they got to get excited about their sports team. It's cold, it's freezing. They got one of the highest alcoholics rate in the history of the world because there's nothing else to do but drink and fornicate. So I'm going to tell you this, guys. This team, watch this team. Watch this team. I'm not in love with this team. I'm still not in love with them. But do your due diligence. There are money players and there are fun players all over this world and in every sport. There are guys that can win in the regular season. They get to the postseason. There are guys that are mediocre in the regular season, but they got nerves of steel. Be careful of guys and teams like that. Follow quarterbacks that are proven in the postseason. I'm going to tell you now, watch out for this Bengals team. I think they got a lot on the ball. I think they're playing well. They're relatively healthy, and they're having fun too. You know, well, something I look at, a lot of these teams, now this is obviously a sport and a business. We get it. A lot of times we want to talk about the sport, and the athletes want to talk about the business. A lot of times we want to talk about the business. They want to talk about it being a sport. You can never win with that. But I will tell you that the Bengals look to be very loose. They're having some fun. There's always pressure going into the postseason, like I said. But they know that they went there last year. I think they're a good team. I think they're a team to watch out for. That's all I'm saying.
They looked good yesterday.
They're a good team. And they're having fun there. You know, a lot of other teams, no matter if they backed in or made it in, they just look like they're spent already. And, guys, it's a whole different monster when you get to the postseason. It really is. Having said all that, guys, our guys are going to be around. Some people questions and comments. We're going to get to them during the end of the show. But I want to get you guys some free play winners. We got free plays and a huge array of sports today. My good buddy Don Buster, who's normally a Wednesday regular, couldn't come on Wednesday. He's traveling with his lovely, lovely wife. And travel safe. We want to wish you safe travels, Don Buster. Send me a bottle of tequila when you get back. But Don Buster is one of the best in this business, and he is one of the best in multiple sports. And I do see his name on the 3, the 7, and the 30-day leaderboards at Sports Memo this morning. Guys, numbers don't lie, and his numbers are the best in the business right now. Don Buster is going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you let me try that again. What you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free best bet. Don, take it away.
Thank you, Joe. Today's $9 Monday. Head over to the site. Grab $9 plays from all the guys here on the panel and everybody on the site. We have what we like to call a crazy four releases for $9. We have a release of the national championship game, 2 NBA games, and 1 NHL game, all for $9. So head over to Sports Memo and grab that. Today for our free play on the show, we're going to go to the NHL like we always do. We're going to hopefully have another winner like we did last week. And we have Philadelphia Buffalo over 6.5. Again, we've talked about this Buffalo club many times here and even on our Puck Time show that we do on Tuesdays. This team's a dead over team, Buffalo. And both these teams have been playing nothing but overs of late. Philadelphia is 7-2, their last 9 to the over. And Buffalo are 5-1-1 to the over their last 7 home games. And here's a Philadelphia club that are going to be playing less than 24 hours from last night's losing game against Toronto. They lost 6-2 against the Maple Leafs. And as always, there'll be a little bit of tired legs there. And again, these two clubs, you'll probably see in the range of 70 shots between combined tonight. Probably easy. So it's just a matter, as long as no goaltenders are standing on their head, we really like this over here. Also, a point here, Philadelphia, their best goaltender, Carter Hart, he played last night. So now at the time of this, as we're doing the show, there is no confirmed goaltender, but he's going to be a second stringer. They've got a couple guys that have been playing lately. So that's going to help this over. Also, the reason why Buffalo plays a lot of overs, they're a very offensive type club that plays no defense for the most part. And they are the second best power play in the NHL. Now you combine that with the 28th penalty kill in the NHL, and it's a recipe for goals. So, again, even with Philadelphia being this is going to be a wide open game, you're going to see penalties. That's what happens in a wide open game. So really like the over here. And one more last thing to maybe nail it on the hole. Nail the what's the old saying? Nail the head on the home, or I don't know. I screwed that up. But anyways, one last thing that you want to look at. These two teams together, the last 4 games in Buffalo, all overs. This game is going over again tonight.
Don Buster doing some great work. Our leaderboard fixture at Sports Memo 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Right now, you see the name Don Buster said Philly, Buffalo, over. High-scoring game tonight. Follow Don all the way to the bank. He's going to stick around for a few minutes. If you have any questions or comments for him, fire away. I'm sure he'd be happy to answer or reply back. And Don, were you looking for nail it on the head? I don't even know. I'm lost too. So it's a Monday, Don.
It's an old saying, but I don't even know why I said that. But anyways,
that's all right. I was losing it too. I was trying to help. I don't know.
I just wanted to hammer that total over again. Just hammer the point home on why I really like this game over. I already gave it out to my clients only as a 4% best bet. That's how much.
Don, quick question. The Flyers team total is 2.5. Would you go over on that?
Oh,
yeah, that's interesting because it could be another 6-2 game. Another 5-2, 6-2 games. I'm looking for Buffalo to put
game
the bucket
total
in there.
Safer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I believe so.
Gotcha.
right.
Not to say that Philly can't score, because they can. And Buffalo, like I said, they don't really play much defense at all. And again, they have a terrible penalty kill, so Philly might get a couple power play goals. So,
I got to tell you, I love this bunch. It's Monday. Dion's not here. It's just the guys. And we have a private chat. I'm not going to tell you what gets said in the private chat, guys, because that's between us guys. But I love you guys. You guys make me laugh my butt off every Monday. I appreciate that. I love
sorry,
you.
Joe. I see it now. It's a nail in the coffin. That's what I was trying to get at.
Okay, I got it.
That's a Brandon put in the chat. Like, yeah, that's it. That's one more nail in the coffin.
Don Buster, I got a question. Is there going to be more goals scored in the game you just gave out free, or am I going to get more complaints from people that live in Buffalo about what I said earlier? I'll leave that one up to you.
See, you know what, Joe? I didn't want to get into it with you because I most of my life I lived fairly close to Buffalo, and I really like the city myself.
Oh, it's a great city.
I tell you, the food's the best. We would just go over there to eat half the time. They've got some great hamburger joints, of course, pizza and wing places, and beef on wick. If you've ever had beef on wick,
they also have what's the most famous thing in Buffalo? The most famous thing is the garbage plate. Am I right? The garbage plate where they put all the food on one thing and put French fries on it.
There's a place called Grover's.
People are great.
They have a garbage salad, and it's fantastic.
People are great. It's a great place, but let's face it. All I got to say is 2 words: Jim Kelly, and the argument's over. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long story, Don. Me and Jim played golf. We came back to my house. We got into a big argument over Thurman Thomas, and we never talked again. That's all I'm saying. All right. By the way, I beat his ass in golf too. We're going to go to my good friend Tokyo Brandon. Tokyo Brandon, 2021's #1 capper at WagerTalk. Guess what he did in 2022? He did it again. 2021 and 2022's #1 capper, all sports profit at WagerTalk. I'm going to tell you the 2 best websites on the planet are WagerTalk and Sports Memo. So when you are beating the best, you are the best. And that's what Tokyo Brandon is. 2021, 2022. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side at WagerTalk. He's got a free best bet. Tokyo Brandon, the floor is yours.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, 2021, 2022 were very good years, and hope to continue that into this year. It's $9 Monday at Sports Memo and WagerTalk.com. And I have 2 4% plays that I have put out, and they're available at Tokyo Brandon's page at WagerTalk.com. You can get those for $9. And I also have a free play out at WagerTalk.com. Take a look at that. So the free play is in the Euroleague, and Euroleague, I'm 33-22 in the Euroleague this year so far. So it's pretty good, about 59%, doing pretty good. And I have a play in the Cervena at Real Madrid game, or I forgot which is the home team. I don't have it in front of me right now, but Cervena is taking on Real Madrid. And when these two teams get together, I've crunched the stats, and my numbers come to a total of about 145. And I just checked it. I put it out at 154.5. I put it out to the under, but I just checked Pinnacle right now. It's a 156. So this is my free play, is the under in the Cervena Real Madrid game in Euroleague basketball. So take a look at your book, see what total it is, and take the under on that. If anything 153 or higher, take the under, because these two teams have great defense. They do score, which is probably why the line is this high, but two great defenses. And if you look at the last three matchups, none of them have gone over 152. So take the under on that matchup. You're muted, Joe.
I'm always muted. I mute myself because the dogs are going in between.
Usually
segments.
Dionne's muting you.
And yeah, she's got the remote control. She's getting her revenge for me talking smack. No, within between the segments, the dogs go a little nuts. I don't want you guys to be interrupted. So I mute. Every once in a while I forget it. But you know what? Brings a little character to the show. Tokyo Brandon says under in Real Madrid Cervena. He is a winner, 2021, 2022, all-purpose #1. Profit capper at WagerTalk. He's got a couple of big plays up over at WagerTalk today. Got them up for $9. Are they all up for? Are they $9 each, or all in one for $9, Brandon?
I can package them. Maybe I'll package them.
No.
$9 each.
Let me tell you, I'm going to go over and buy them myself for $9 a piece, because that's a steal. Forget it. Let me tell you, $9 a piece. You got to look over your shoulder like you stole something, because Tokyo Brandon is one of the best there is. He's going to stick
this play I just gave is a 3% client play as well. So yeah,
guys, that's what you get. You know, you're getting games that either are just a near miss from becoming a premium play, or are premium plays by this expert panel of cappers. I love that. Tokyo Brandon, follow him. You're going to follow him to the bank. I want to go to my good friend, though. I wish that I had Jesse's girl, Jessie Schule. You know, we talk about Jesse's run since August over at Sports Memo. Doesn't matter the sport, college, pro, doesn't matter if it's on the diamond, if it does it on grass or turf or the hardwood or even the ice. He is a winner. You know, and he's been doing this for years, and he's always on the leaderboard. It's been killing it. We're glad that he's back safe from his travels. And I know you're really glad that he's starting off the week, because his free plays are on fire here. If you like his free plays, you're going to love his premium picks. Jesse's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side of Sports Memo. He's got a free best bet. Take it away, buddy.
Well, Joe, I started off Sunday pretty well. One with Pittsburgh, one with my NBA play. But the Green Bay Packers let me down in the Sunday night game. And what do we say, Joe? We hope they get what?
Chlamydia!
Something like that, anyways. Those guys deserve it. How could you lose to a Lions team that can't even make the playoffs anyways? So that was unfortunate, but we're not going to dwell on Sunday's results when we got the national championship game coming up and we got the wild card weekend coming up. Going to focus on that. Of course, I did finish 2022 as the #1 NFL handicapper and the #1 football handicapper at Sports Memo. So you're in good hands. I'm going to look at the national championship game here. I do have a premium pick on the side, but I'm going to give out a play on the total here. I'm looking at the over. It opened at 61.5. I checked this morning, and money's coming in on the over, 63.5 now. Probably continue to go up. I think that movement comes for a good reason. If you look at previous national championship games, they've tended to be quite high scoring. These teams get a couple weeks off to scheme, rest up. All the star players should be healthy and ready to go. TCU is the underdog, double-digit dog. They've given up 30-plus points in games against Kansas, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Kansas State, and last week against Michigan, they gave up 45 points, 528 total yards, but their offense is equally as good as their defense is bad. These Horned Frogs get their points, and then you got Georgia that gave up 41 points against Ohio State last week. This Georgia defense is quite stout, but if they have a weakness, it would be defending a mobile quarterback, which the Horned Frogs have in Max Dugan. And the big plays, their corners are a little bit suspect, giving up these big plays, and the Horned Frogs are certainly capable of doing that. Stetson Bennett threw for 398 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win over Ohio State. But Georgia's defense allowed C.J. Stroud to throw for 348 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I like both teams' team totals here as well. Over 24 for TCU, over 38 for Georgia. But my free pick for this show is going to be on over 63.5 in the Natty.
That again. Great stuff from my good buddy Jesse Schule, guys. He said over in the Natty. He is a winner. Follow Jesse. He said he's got a big play on the side in this game. Is that correct, Jesse?
That's a Roger.
That's a Roger. Overdone. My airplane homage.
Over under.
Roger overdone.
Kareem was awesome in that movie.
Great stuff. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was an acting. In his acting role, he did the karate movie with Bruce Lee where he didn't talk, but then he did the talking movie and immediately went back to basketball, I'll tell you that. Having said all that, guys, Jesse Schule's the winner. Go follow him. You can follow him to the back. And just on a side note, before we go to my friend Moneyline Matt, we had a lot of people contribute to this Las Vegas Review-Journal college football playoff prediction poll. It's a mouthful. Straight up, of the 44 cappers that contributed, 41 said Georgia wins straight up. 3 says TCU, just to let you go in on this. Against the spread, 23 said Georgia covers, 21 says TCU covers, and 24 said over, 20 went under. So when you put the point spread involved, it's very, very even. A lot of people on both sides. Guys, Jesse is a winner. Go follow him. $9 Mondays. He's got a big play on the side in the national title game. He's a winner. You will be too if you follow him. Speaking about winners, God, I love this kid. He wears a Detroit Tigers hat, and it's the only negative thing about him. Everything else is good stuff. I love Moneyline Matt because he's one of the most – he really is one of the sharpest guys in sports betting today. His angles have something for every type of sports bettor out there. And, he breaks down a game as good or better than anybody I've ever worked with. I've worked with them all. Moneyline Matt's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side of Sports Memo. He's got a free best bet. Matt, take it away, kiddo.
Yeah, thanks as always, Joe. And this week we're actually looking to bounce back a little bit. It's probably my first negative week in maybe 5-6 weeks, something along those lines. So one of those weeks I was just up and down, didn't have an amazing Sunday, and definitely looking to pick it up in the playoffs and get it back, starting with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Knicks game, and in this spot, I'm going to be on the under 221 points. And here's why. The Knicks come into this spot winning 4 games in a row and continue to be one of the hotter teams in basketball, currently having a record of 22-18, while the Bucks are 25-14 and just recently got blown out by the Charlotte Hornets at home. In these two teams' last 6 meetings, 4 of them have gone under, including their last matchup where the Bucks won 109-103 on the road. And this is a spot where I see a somewhat similar outcome. The New York Knicks are currently 10th throughout the NBA in adjusted defensive rating and are 23rd throughout the NBA in pace. And the Bucks have somewhat of a similar stature here. And the Bucks are 15th in pace and 3rd in adjusted defensive rating. So these are two teams who have solid length down low. When you take a look at the Knicks, they have Julius Randle down there. They have Mitchell Robinson. So they are a team that can try and limit Giannis Antetokounmpo in that paint. And then same thing with the Bucks here. They have Brook Lopez down low, who is one of the top 3 guys in Defensive Player in the Year at this point in time in terms of odds. And then you have Giannis as well, who Giannis is always a Defensive Player of the Year candidate on top of that. And another thing that these two teams do as well, in terms of average offensive possession length, they take their time to get into their offensive sets. They like to post up. If the post up's not there, they don't have a problem bringing the basketball back out, resetting up. So again, these are two teams who take longer on top of that. And I think this 221 is just a little bit high. When you peel that onion back a little bit more on top of that, you realize that in a matchup like this, you need good outside shooting and you need good mid-range shooting. Two things that neither of these teams really have. The Bucks are currently 25th throughout the NBA in field goal percentage, while the Knicks Knicks are 24th in field goal percentage. So this is one of those games that I'm looking to, and I don't think a ton of points are going to be scored. And I'm actually going to be looking at more so rebound props, like maybe a Giannis rebound prop or something along those lines. And then with the Milwaukee Bucks on top of that, this is my last point, they just reinserted Drew Holiday into that lineup. Drew Holiday has 2 games since returning from injury, and a lot of people actually think this is a good thing, and it's not, because when you reinsert a star player back into a lineup, it takes time to get that synergy back, to get that chemistry. And on top of that, Drew Holiday has only played 19 minutes in both of those matchups. So this is a spot he'll probably get bumped up to around 23 to 25 minutes. Still, solid minutes, but not enough to make a significant impact on top of that. So again, when you have a player like that, you're trying to get ramped back up. You're just inserting guys, taking them out here, there. And with the lineup that the Milwaukee Bucks have at this point in time, with the Pat Connaughtons, with the Grayson Allens, they're not making a ton of shots, the Javon Carters, and they don't have those 3-point guys. They don't have those mid-range guys. Everything really comes down to Giannis and his ability to attack the basket. And when you have a 7-footer like Mitchell Robinson, when you have a 6'10" guy like Julius Randle on top who can help to limit things, and they're on the road, I'm going to side with the under here. I think the 221 under is a good play in this matchup.
Great stuff from Moneyline Matt. Did I tell you he breaks down the game like no other? One of the sharpest minds in sports betting today. He's doing some great work over at Sports Memo. I know he's got his eye on a couple of things happening in this upcoming weekend already in the NFL. He is a winner. He also does the triple-double show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here at Sports Memo TV. Watch him, man. I mean, they go on a little bit later on in the day than us. I believe it's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's worth a watch. He does some great work on that show. Go follow him at Sports Memo. It's $9 Mondays. We got a couple of great customer appreciation discounts over there. Go follow Matt. You're going to follow him to the bank. By the way, Matt, just want you to know that, I say I'm 5'8". When I had hair, I used to tell people I was 5'10". I have small hands. I could never dunk the ball, but I could always hit the rim with it because I had good hops. Just want you to know. Got my new Knicks, my New York Knicks Nikes on, right? You know what happened? Right. When I bought these New York Knicks Nikes, it actually went down 2 inches on my vertical. It messed up my vertical because they suck so bad. I'm going to tell you that right now.
They look nice.
I love them. They're so comfortable, too. But I look even taller, so now I'm up to about 5'2". So having said that, I'm like the Muggsy Bogues of, the regular world. So having said that, for those of you who know, Muggsy Bogues is one of the shortest guys to ever play in the NBA. But he had hops. He could jam. Having said that, Moneyline Matt's doing some great work. Guys, we've got a couple of questions that we're going to take care of in a minute. My breakdown analysis free play, going to be just like my wedding night, very quick, but very good. I promise you there. Let me tell you what I got going on. You guys like that. Well, first of all, my friends, because there's a small slate in college and pro basketball, and obviously we have no Monday Night Football tonight, that doesn't mean you're not going to start off the week making money with who? Joe D'Amico. Over the last 17 years that I'm documented, 15-2 in national championship games. I've never dropped a back-to-back natty, guys. I did lose one last year. You know what that means? I'm not going to lose this year. I have my 5% national championship title game winner posted over at Sports Memo. It's been up for a few days. I put it for $15 and won a price gouge because I could have. I could have put it up for $49. I got 1,000 sales. I wanted everybody to get this winner. My first 5% play of 2023. Join me here, and we're going to win big tonight. Now, as far as today's free winner, let's head on over to college basketball as we look to where the pit and a matchup between Oral Roberts and New Mexico. The Golden Eagles and the Lobos are certainly off to great starts, guys, as each is certainly one of the best teams in their respective conferences. Oral Roberts owns a 13-3 mark, while New Mexico sits at 14-2 overall. The Lobos, after starting the college basketball campaign off the hottest team in the nation, winning their first 14 games, the team has now dropped their last 2 conference matchups. On the other hand, the Golden Eagles last suffered a defeat back on November 22nd and have since rattled off 10 consecutive victories. However, guys, and check their schedule. They haven't played a solid opponent since that loss on the road at Utah State. I look for New Mexico to bounce back very strongly here against another inferior non-conference foe tonight. Granted, Oral Roberts scores over 84.3 a game, but New Mexico plays better competition, and they can match that, man. They score 82.6 a game against better opponents. They're much stronger on both ends of the court on the boards as well. While both teams have outstanding standout guards and Abmas and Mashburn, the monster mash he was from my generation. That's his son. There's no doubting the fact that the Lobos possess a better supporting cast, especially up front. They're going to be a lot more physical in this matchup. They're going to win the battle of the boards. I'll look for them to get back on track, get another big win and cover for us. Take the Lobos tonight, guys. Let me bring everybody back on. We got a couple of questions. Then we're going to run down our free plays in time for you to take advantage of all these free winners. So our good friend Randy says he's got TCU over in the team total. I know a couple of guys. I know Jesse looked at this game. I don't want to give it up because I know he's got a big play on the side in this game. How about Moneyline Matt? Any question about TCU team total tonight, Moneyline Matt?
No, honestly, I don't really cover college all that much. I focus mostly on the NFL and NBA. I just kind of watch college. Honestly, a lot of it's because of Michigan. I love them so much. I'll just bet them every single time, so I just avoid it.
Okay. I see you're very loyal to those Tigers, too. I'm not even going to bring that up. Oh, by the way, Jesse did chime in on that to him. He thinks that's a way to bet TCU. Now, we do have our good friend Amir, who said he's taking Georgia. Take Georgia first money line, first half, and then first half under in 2 different messages. Anybody want to chime in on the Georgia? Taking Georgia here? Nope, no takers, huh? You know, guys.
I like it, but it's going to be expensive. I mean, Georgia first half money line. What's that going to be? Minus 280, minus 300. It's
minus 500.
It ain't going to be cheap.
Favorite.
You got to lay at least 2.5, 3 to 1 on that.
Yeah. So
careful with that. I mean, there's probably better props or better situations with laying a little bit of points if you like them that strongly. I got to be honest with you. I don't want to give away who I got in the game, but I think it's going to be a good game tonight. You know, there's 2 ways of looking at this game, and I'm not going to give away my take on it, but a lot of people think that TCU isn't in the class as Georgia, and Georgia's going to blow them up. A lot of people think that TCU has been under the gun and at odds and have overcome those odds quite a few times this season. So, we lost Tokyo Brendan real quick. He'll be right back. But, guys, I think it's going to be a great game. And you know what? I think it's been a very, very good college football campaign. I will tell you, we had a lot of fun this season with college football. And I do want to thank, Jesse, Matt, Don, Brandon for chiming in on college football quite a bit this often. We did the college football forecast show. We finished that up last week. So right now we're just going to do the NFL, the pro football forecast show through the Super Bowl here on Sports Memo TV. But having said all that, it's been a great campaign. We thank all of you for tuning in and making us very successful. There is something I want to point out, guys. One of our guys that chimes in regularly, and he's a loyal guy, Joe Macias, says he doesn't do too well when he gets the $2 Tuesday picks. So I want you to know that we do the best we can, and we do those $2 Tuesday picks days in advance. So things can change. Weather conditions, when you're dealing with outdoor sports, you're talking about injuries, you're talking about line movements. These all play a part. This bowl campaign, I think we can all say that the transfer portals and the opt-outs really wreaked havoc, especially for the first maybe half of the entire bowl season. The first half of the games, it really played a part. Having said all that, guys, I know that I had a $2 Tuesday play every month. I believe I was 9-3. I do the best I can. I try to win every game I put out there. So I'll put this on me. I'm sorry. Last month I did lose. I had Michigan as a $2 Tuesday play, and they did not do well for me. I'm sorry about that. I do try to win every day I put out, especially when I know it's a $2 Tuesday play because I know you guys really love those. You take advantage of those discounts. But I want you to know I don't win every game. I'll put this on me. I lost my last $2 Tuesday play. So my apologies to you. I try to win every game I put out. Obviously, I don't win every game, but I'm very, very honest about that because fortunately, there's a lot more winners than losers. So in between those, but to somebody like me, those losers stick in my craw. They really piss me off. They really do. Understand this, Brandon, Buster, Matt, Don, Buster, Matt, Jesse, myself, the other great cappers here that you see at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. We aren't guys that just, hey, do this, and we don't do it. Just about everybody that I know personally bets their own games. So on good days, we're twice as happy. We win our bets. We won on the website, and you're going to come back tomorrow because you won. On bad days, we're twice as pissed off, guys. We lost our bets. We lost those games. You're going to be pissed off at us. And you know what? I know that after speaking to Brandon, Don, Matt, Jesse, a lot of the other Ross, my wife, we feel like we let you down, guys. And we take a lot of pride. I mean that with all of my heart and my soul. We take a lot of pride in knowing that you put your hard-earned money and trust in us. And if we let you down, That's even worse than losing on the leaderboard or losing our own money. We feel we let you down. And that's why I love this group of cappers here at Sportsman and WagerTalk, because they've got heart, they've got sincerity, and I love them with all of my heart. Having said all that,
Joe, I got something I'd like to say.
Go ahead, buddy.
So I lost with the Green Bay Packers yesterday on my final play of the regular season. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, apologize to not a single one of yous.
Well, gotta love Jesse Schule.
Conor McGregor, if you guys aren't familiar with that, but
Absolutely
it was a good season. You lose some games once in a while, and I'm not going to apologize for a loss because that's part of the business. That's what we're here to do. We win more than we lose, but sometimes we lose.
Yes, we
Best
do.
cappers in the world are 58%. So, to do this job, you have to be prepared to lose 43% of the time.
Something people don't realize. I know that you're doing some baseball and throughout the year, all of us other cappers do baseball. The best hitters in baseball make out 7 out of 10. And yet they're the best hitters in baseball. Now, granted, we're not going to lose 7 out of 10 of our games here at Sportsman and WagerTalk. But you think about this. Think about that along those terms. We do this every single day and have to put something on the shelf every single day. Not every day goes our way. Not every game goes our way. Not every big game goes our way. All right? And I will tell you this. I do bet my own games. I'm not a general in the back going, charge, go get them, guys. I'm a staff sergeant. Blood, guts, mud in the trenches with you. And I do get pissed off when I lose. That's why I don't watch games. Let me tell you something. If I watch games, I wouldn't even have eyebrows. I already lost my hair, guys. My eyebrows would have went too. So having said that, let's run down today's free plays, get some closing thoughts and comments from everybody, get on out of here in time for you to take advantage of all these free winners. Oh, everybody loves us. Let's run down the free plays if that. Let me go get them. My good friend Don Buster, what'd you have for everybody, buddy?
I've got Philadelphia, Buffalo over 6.5, and best of luck to everyone, and have a great night.
What a class act. My good friend Tokyo Brandon, what'd you have, buddy?
I've got in the Euroleague, Cervena and Real Madrid going under 154, 156, whatever number you get. I have a bonus play, actually. I'll save it for the end for the final comments.
You got it. My good buddy Jesse Schule.
Over 63.5 in the Natty.
Notice you happen to get the word horny in your write-up again. Thanks a lot, Jesse. I love you. Moneyline Matt, what'd you have for everybody, buddy?
Tonight we have the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks under 221.
And your sexy and savory says New Mexico Lobos are the play. All right, let's get some closing thoughts and comments, and then we'll get on out of here. Jesse.
Closing thoughts. If you like a side in the Natty, I think you're better off betting the team total because I think both these teams are going to do some scoring, get their points. I'd worry about TCU getting that backdoor cover, and I'd worry about TCU not getting the backdoor cover. So regardless of whoever you like, team total over better value. I think.
Let me go to my good friend Moneyline Matt. Any closing thoughts or comments?
Yeah, guys, big week here. Looking to bounce back. Playoffs are starting. Good luck in the national championship game tonight. And if you're looking for any of those $9 Monday plays, everyone on this panel is one of the top handicappers in the business and have other people throughout the company as well. So if you're ever looking for a play, $9 Monday is the place to start over at Sports Memo and WagerTalk.
Great stuff. Let me go to my good friend Don Buster. Closing thoughts and comments for our viewers, please.
Yeah, just like Matt said, it's $9 Monday. Go over, grab a package from myself or from all these guys right here. Like I said, grab them all because it's a great deal, and we do it every Monday. But it is a very good deal to get the information that we put out there. Also, I'm very looking forward to this national championship game, and I think Jesse hit it right. It's very tough. I can see this backdoor being wide open for TCU. I can also see Georgia laying the boots to him. So very tough. I find it very tough on the side, but I've got a side. I've got a little bit play on one of the either half or totals there at the full game. So whatever you guys do, best of luck tonight.
Gotta love him. What a class act. My good friend TB, Tokyo Brandon, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, this is cool. You got 5 panelists from 4 different countries on right now. I'm in Tokyo. Jesse's in Thailand. Don Buster's in Mexico, and you guys are in the U.S. So anyways, Yeah, it's $9 Monday. Go to WagerTalk.com and pick up my 4% best bets. I was the number one capper in 2021 and 2022, and my 4% plays, they hit it at a good rate, and you can get them for $9. So my free play was in the Euroleague. It was the Real Madrid Cervena game under. But I want to give out another one for tonight. Actually, looking at the college basketball slate, looking at Maryland East Shore and Howard, I have Maryland East Shore winning this by 13, and they're only a 3-point favorite. Take them on the money line. It's -145, -150. Grab Maryland East Shore. That's my bonus play for tonight.
A bonus play from one of the best in the business. Back-to-back, number one capper at WagerTalk Tokyo, Brendan. Sports fans, it's about that time. Dionne will be back tomorrow, so we can't get away with any of the crap we pulled today because she is the boss. Don't let it fool you. I may be the louder, more obnoxious guy, but she's the boss. Having said all that, guys, follow our guests on Twitter as well as myself and my wife, Dionne. You got our Twitter handles right there. Tune into all the Sports Memo TV shows for tons of free winners and some great betting insights as well. On behalf of, God, I love this panel. On behalf of Sports Memo, WagerTalk, Don, Brandon, Jesse, Matt, even my wife, Dionne, who's not here today, and myself, Joey D. This is the first time of Las Vegas. Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.